So now we're going to take a look at the oscillators on the OB-6. I am not a fan of presets, manufacturer presets at least. There actually a bunch of good ones did come with this, but maybe because I'm a film composer, I'm just looking for something more gritty or something like that. Definitely not dancey. And a lot of the presets that came with this were pretty dancey, like this one. So we are going to learn how to sound design for ourselves. That's one of the goals of this whole series is, you learn this, you'll be able to do subtractive synthesis, and you'll be able to do sound design for yourself on a variety of things, as long as you sort of keep all this in mind. So we're going to initialize this patch by pushing manual and right. So that puts us back to square one with just normal sawtooth, so we can hear what this actually sounds like. So you're hearing VCO 1. What it has is a pan knob that takes us between a sawtooth and a square wave. And we have a pulse width knob too. And you hear it can go, almost to 0 there in terms of the pulse. Actually, it does go all the way to 0. So, pretty basic. We actually can tune these by the whole step. Half step. And you'll see there, as I'm turning, it's giving me some indication of what note I'm getting at. So there's E flat. So when I push a C on the keyboard, it's an E flat. And there's our C. And we'll get back to C2. Actually, let's make this C3. Okay, so that's controlled here on the mixer. We have 2 oscillators. If I turn this down, there's our second oscillator. This has some nice stuff because it goes from a triangle wave to a pulse. And you'll hear that it passes through the triangle wave. And we also have pulse width here. And we can detune oscillator 2. So I could take it and, put it slightly off. We can get more of a super saw kind of sound. Okay, beautiful. And we have a sub oscillator, so we can get lower octaves. Let me just hear it. So we're just fading in the sub octave, and we have noise. So that's for use later mostly. Something to note about the second oscillator is that it doesn't have to track with the keyboard. And we can just set the pitch of oscillator 2 with the frequency. This becomes very useful if you're using it as a cross modulator. We can also put it into low frequency mode. You can actually hear it clicking along there. If we turn VCO 1. Okay. The thought is you're going to use it more here in the cross modulation when you've got it set like that. So we could have it set to pitch of oscillator 1. And some fun tricks you can do is, have that assigned. And if you turn on keyboard, the higher I play on the keyboard, the faster VCO2 is going to go. So it's going to change how this is working. so that's a useful thing that we'll use later. It kind of needs some help from the filter and all that good stuff. I actually have some nice presets to show you about that. So I hope that helps.